all that bullshit. I'ma put it to you like this, yo.
This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my only friends, which includes, but is not limited to, Talk to. What's poppin', baby?
What's up, my brother in shades?
Ain't shit. You know, it's another day rocking them.
Bright out there, isn't it?
You know, these fucking lights in here and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
You really made a mistake not cutting to Landon. Actually, I think he should.
what do you mean he did cut to Landon? He's in the shot.
He is in the shot. I think Landon should have just done the intro today.
Why is that?
Okay, why is that?
He's on one.
Are you on
he
one,
is on
Landon?
crack.
What happened?
I forgot about that. He was quiet for like
Landon,
25 minutes.
Landon.
So.
No, I'm all
Talk
right.
to me.
No,
Talk to me.
It's
What
early,
happened?
man.
Bro, he was talking through the intro. What are you talking about? Like, Guapo literally had to say quiet on set.
Oh, sorry. I was,
Guapo has to say quiet on set literally every single
That
episode.
wasn't for me.
sometimes I, just
for you.
ignore him.
It was not for me.
You were a non-believer that the Prime is going to be
Oh, yeah.
my apologies. The $5 million free roll is going to be the softest tournament to ever run in a live venue.
We'll see.
We will see,
I
Landon.
will also get to be a participant and find out.
Yeah, it does
You
make
got in?
Yeah, I did.
How'd you get in?
He
Top
wa-
6 of the WPT in Florida got seats.
Why did you say you got it over someone else?
Because Florian Ribuchon is from France.
You
So when
can't
there were
win it.
7 left, he's not allowed to play.
Oh, it was just
He
that
is
you were guaranteed.
geographically not located to be able to enter our tournament for the U.S. and Canada.
Goddamn
see.
right.
Get out of here.
America.
Gotcha.
America.
Get out of town.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell
Get
yeah,
out
brother.
of town.
Hell yeah.
you're not-
I just misunderstood. You were saying that you had it guaranteed. Are you playing Magic?
He is playing Magic. Throw his fucking phone away.
Are you fucking playing Magic
This
on
kid's
air?
a crackhead.
Don't worry about me.
He's on
I
drugs.
am worried about you.
Don't worry about me.
You are 1/5 of this show.
Yeah,
and
I
we
am.
need today of all days. We need you.
Yeah, I know. I tried to get the timing done right, but I just didn't do it.
What?
I'm going to be all right.
The timing of what? Finishing your Magic game?
Yeah, there was a countdown. What else do you think the countdown is for?
I fucking hate him.
I told
ain't
you,
the
he's on
only-
drugs.
you ain't-
Ever since he started playing Magic again, he's
This is
crashed
all-
cars.
this is
he's
all Jesse's
fucking...
This is all Jesse's fault.
Or is it all of Jesse's solution?
What solution?
The solution is I love this game, and it makes me better at other games. That's facts.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
But I do know we have some Magic the Gathering enjoyers in the audience. Shout out to Efro.
Dude, Efro's been getting all of it.
This poor bastard.
He'll be all right.
He's retired from the game, man. He doesn't want to get dragged back in the way Jesse dragged you back in.
Oh, he's ready.
Look at this idiot. You're on camera.
Hey, Berkey, how you feeling today?
Oh, I was fine. I'm now a little spicy. You know,
I see.
Somebody pissed in my cornflakes, and his name is Landon Tice. This is an ongoing fucking thing, too. When was the last time you were here for Wardrobe Wednesday?
I don't know. Last Wednesday. Not
False.
this last Wednesday, the one before it.
Call.
What was it? Why was I not here?
You were in Florida.
Wait, you just
Okay,
stated
so
that
I
you-
was in Florida, and then yesterday I was supposed to be somewhere else, and we already talked about my Judas.
What were you
I
playing?
confessed on air.
What were you doing?
I was playing Magic.
Yesterday was Thursday.
Dude, it's a sick game.
He's lost track of time.
I'm trying to get us a sponsorship from Wizards of the Coast, man. What are you doing? How are you keeping this place afloat?
He lost track of time.
God.
He's too fucking sucked into the world, man. This is what happens to teenagers in video games.
These teenagers.
Rotting their brains.
Look at
God.
him. Look at him. He's fucking...
Stop switching to me. Don't look at me.
Brian is talking. You're ruining his shot.
I'm not ruining it.
Wait, actually, can you zoom in on?
That's a-
Landon?
That's a great hoodie, Lamana.
Thank you.
Wonderful
412.
hoodie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice
Guapo.
color to
What's
it,
up, buddy?
right?
How you feeling, buddy?
You know, I got to take my compliments where I can get them. I'm struggling for wins here.
Okay.
And Matt just said that Landon is 1/5 of the podcast. So I had to
Wow.
go, wait, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
fucking good.
You are included.
Brother, you're 4/5 of it. I don't know, or at least 3/5.
Wait, where are your kings?
Where am I what?
Where are your kings?
I'm glad.
They're behind
Brian, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, you're
oh,
right.
there you go. There you go. Perfect. Just want to
better.
make sure.
Yes, Conrad's technically 3/5.
Damn.
You know, Ivy watches the podcast, right? You've heard?
Is that why he did the Kings thing?
Yeah, we figured it out. He's an avid watcher of the podcast, and he
Right,
was
Phil
like,
Ivey,
"This is for
avid watcher of the Only Friends podcast."
What's up, Phil? How you doing today?
That's
You
popping,
good?
Phil.
Said this is for Guapo. I will say I'm always very surprised. Like I understand why content creators like don't look at the viewer count, don't look at the subscriber count. Like just make good content. Do it for your audience. I'm always very surprised at the people who watch. Like when I found out Seaver watches on a somewhat regular basis, I was like, really?
Your heart got a little
It
tingly.
makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that I felt anything other than
Your heart got a little
surprise.
Tingle. You got a little
It was like, really?
You got a little tingle.
I did not get a tingle.
You got a tingle.
Yeah, you
I
did.
did not get a
We all
tingle.
get a tingle
definitely
from
got
it.
a
There's
little
nothing
tingle.
wrong with it.
I love it when I go play poker and I'm like, oh yeah, I watch the podcast.
It's like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Like,
Like yesterday, I immediately opened my Twitter afterwards, and Schwan is already yelling at me about Nick Marchington's incentives in Squid, and I realized she's watching. And like, it's like, really?
Wait a minute. I saw that you recanted your statement.
Well, I qualified it. I thought that I had already had the bonus, but then I went back and I rewatched the clip, and
you didn't.
I put it out there so that there was no gaslighting attempts to be made. I was talking to Nick as if I had. So I go, once I win my 5th, nothing matters to you, and that's true.
So instead of admitting that you were wrong,
I did admit. I said I stand corrected. I
Okay.
did not have the bonus yet. However,
stand corrected.
I did not tell him the hand didn't matter to him if I didn't have the bonus.
You need to find the tiny wins and all of these things.
It's not a tiny win. It's truth. Jesse even said, he goes, literally, I put a clip up where Jesse said, despite the garble that Berkey was throwing at Nick, he's being absolutely honest. And I was.
Despite the garble.
I'm a wolf, man. I'm an honest wolf.
A garbling wolf.
Bro, all right, so that tweet was funny, but then that sucked me down the hole of actually watching what they do to these squid.
One of the most
It's fucking wild. They catch them live, and then they just like gut them while they're alive, and then they like cut off the no. They basically cut off the central nervous system by severing the spine, and they die instantly, which makes them go like sheet white. It's the weird.
Wait a minute. So what are these squids?
Apparently they're good eating. I don't know. I imagine there's some sort of.
You ever
It's
had
a
calamari?
Squid is amazing.
It's a diamond squid. I thought it was pretty cool. Like it like made diamonds or something. And then
I don't think it's.
Maybe
that. I
I've
think
just
it's in
had
the
that.
shit.
It's not like an oyster
It's always
with
been
pearls.
chewy to me.
it says diamond squid. How crazy of an assumption is that?
Hold
It's
on.
pretty crazy.
Hold on, Guapo.
Assumption.
Yeah.
Like they find diamond and they
Is
keep them.
chewy just not allowed? Is it that just not good
No,
to
it
you?
means it's co-
it
it's-
feels like it's not supposed to be chewy.
It's
I
not
don't know.
supposed to be. It's cooked poorly if it's chewy.
That's not true.
Okay, tell me more.
I mean, that's just not true. Calamari is chewy, just in general.
If
Like
it's,
squid
if
is
it's
chewy.
shit,
Squid is chewy.
if it's shit,
I mean, you can eat raw squid and it's chewy.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I just know that like the hallmark of good calamari is that it's not chewy.
I would agree with this statement.
I'm not so sure about
The
that.
hallmark.
Bro, you've had chewy calamari. Something's wrong with your calamari if you have to like.
No, because like there's like places that do it like where it's like fried, but it's like softly fried, like not really like
Softly
Burn?
fried.
No, it's
I
true.
don't-
If you get like squid at certain places, like I went to Amalfi and got squid, and it was just, I just didn't like. I mean, it's like Amalfi. It's a really good restaurant. They know how to cook squid. It just I didn't like it because of the texture, and it was.
These are the
chewy
results
and it
for
wasn't bad
is
squid.
calamari chewy.
Calamari's different. You're frying. You're like deep
Calamari's
frying it. Of course, it's going to be crunchy and good. And delicious.
Calamari can become chewy if it's overcooked or not prepared correctly.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's not squid for what it's worth.
Okay.
It's
Calamari is an octopus.
Squid can become chewy if it's overcooked or undercooked. Here are some tips to cook squid so that it's tender and springy.
I think you should stop garbling.
Maybe you should just get well-prepared squid.
I mean, I've eaten squid literally at the. We were like 5th grade. It was the first time I ever had squid. We're at like do this little field trip, you know, and we're there. We cut it up. We eat it. What are you raising your hand for?
I'm just going to call bullshit on a story that you're talking about from fucking 5th grade. Like, however this ends.
Abort.
Do you-
Abort.
You were 10.
What's your point?
Whatever the impression was of how squid tasted at 10.
I knew it was chewy. It was just chewy, and it was good. It was chewy and good. It was yummy.
To each his own.
To each their own.
Brother said abort.
I know fucking Rumpy, Skimpy, and fucking Rusty over here ain't fucking
That's from
talking.
Jesse.
Wait, hold on. I was gonna say that was a sick callback of abort.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
When you say
Remember
abort, it
yeah.
gives you the chance to
Remember
not say
Jesse
the bad
told
story.
Yeah, Jesse told the story of
Oh,
when we're telling a bad
yeah.
story, they can just say you can just say abort and
And
it's
you
all
can
forgiven.
It's all forgiven.
That's a great callback, and it's on me for not remembering. That's also an inside joke with
Still
Emma.
dementia.
Like Emma will just like do the same thing whenever she's telling a story. She'll just be abort. It's very funny.
No more story, please. No.
It's just abort.
Abort.
Poker Stars aborted on something too.
They did. I don't think it was
Nice,
their
Guapo.
fart. I don't. I said
Their fart coin?
It was not
Fart
their
coin.
fault.
150. Look at 150
Fart
coming
coin
through.
too. Fart coin's mooning
I
right
don't know
now.
what to say. What did you fucking invest in,
Patrick
Bert?
was real early on Fartcoin.
I'll tell you what. I'll make you 2/5 this podcast if you can keep these idiots on task.
Honestly, Guapo had a great segue, and everyone wanted to stomp on
All
it.
three of you just.
All three.
So what do you mean? If you would have just fucking said fault instead of fart coin, we wouldn't be here.
That's true.
You know, stop fucking up.
Yeah.
We'd be all right.
I thought you were the ringleader of this
My
entire
God.
operation. We're burning this place down, man.
I heard, just to go on a little tangent. I heard
your
the most left curve analysis.
I'm not playing right
of,
now. My game's
of
over.
why Fartcoin is bullish.
I saw
because
this.
basically it's like when you buy the coin, right? And then he's like everybody farts, so they buy the coin, and then when they fart, they think about it, and they're not going to sell.
Well, it's just like
He's like, you
news media outlets like can't use some of the other coin names that are meme coins that are trying to like pump with market cap, but fart coin, like that's funny. Like,
Oh, you mean retardio isn't on the ticker?
but seriously, like a news outlet's not going to talk about that,
Right,
But they're
yeah.
going to talk about Fartcoin.
but they will do fart coin.
Good point.
Patrick, early investor, he's been posting on the Instagram stories about it.
Moon.
Sharp guy. Sharp guy.
Yeah. So anyway, EPT Paris has been canceled. I don't believe this had anything to do with stars. It seems like it was factors that were outside their control. Their statement was, "It's with great regret that Poker Stars and Club Barrier
Go on.
announced the cancellation of the European Poker Tour Paris 2025, originally scheduled for February. This decision comes as a result of unforeseen changes in French government policies and ongoing regulatory developments in Paris, which are entirely beyond our control.
Fucking Macron.
We understand the disappointment this news will bring to our players and the wider poker community. To those of you who have already secured online packages for EPT or FPS Paris, our team will reach out directly with further information. Players with additional questions, concerns are encouraged to contact us at or visit the FAQ section on PokerStars blog."
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna put it like another location for this time, or you think it's too late now?
It's too late now.
Yeah.
February's too close,
Yeah.
but I imagine something will replace this stop on the tour. There's a funny story about, I'm not sure if it was an EPT event or not, but Partouche used to be the stop in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
That's
it was
the one Waxman and Salzburg won, right?
I think so.
I mean,
yeah,
it makes
definitely
sense.
Salzburg. I'm not positive about Waxman, but
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They can only really win something there.
right. And I think Uncle Dan got second in this event also, the final year that it ran. And if I recall, the lore of that was he ran deep by making a Queen 10 high call in a spot where
I love this every time we mention him.
he made a Queen 10 high call in a spot where his opponent had been like mucking when called a lot.
Oh, I love this.
So he thought he thought the guy was bluffing, but didn't necessarily know if his hand was good. So he just called and waited for the muck.
Yep.
And then won with the Queen high, which, the lore is that the guy folded better or whatever.
It's so crazy because like in cash games, like that's something I've done before, and like it's whatever. It's thought.
Yeah.
I'm scared as fuck to do it in a tournament.
Yeah, because you got to turn your hand over so they start fucking going back for the
I'm
muck.
so scared to do it in a tournament because like there's like rulings like if the cards are just like right here,
Retrievable,
and the muck is right here, not touching. I don't fucking know. I'm scared, man.
Like,
I don't want to be
you gotta give the
partaking in
dealer
this.
instruction. You got to be like, really
please,
bury that one for me.
Grab
Call
it.
someone with 6 high. They say good call, and they're waiting for you to turn your hand over.
No, don't do that, please. Please don't wait for me.
I just say muck it.
You've got a show, man.
Yeah.
you
So
don't
that,
want to say that.
that final year at Partouche, I guess.
0.06.
Just
Get back in there. Pump the bags.
You guys are the worst. That final year at Partouche, they had put a guaranteed prize pool on the event, and I don't recall what it was, but it was millions, obviously.
Okay.
And it was clear that they weren't going to make it.
Not going to make it.
And they were trying to do something was going on. The details are very fuzzy. I obviously wasn't there. I'm hearing it secondhandly from Dan. But you know, anybody out there who's fact checking this, you guys can find the real story. Something happened with the guaranteed prize pool that they weren't going to meet it, and they were trying to do something to ensure that they did. I don't know if they wanted to add another day or extend late reg or something along those lines, and they got shut down. Like the tour operator just like didn't allow it or whatever. So I guess the owner of the Partouche Casino like got on the mic and announced that this event would be canceled for all future dates indefinitely. Like, we're just never running this again. Yeah. Fuck you all. And I think because like I wish I remembered the full story. I wish Dan were here to tell it, obviously. But I think like what happened was there was some sort of like bartering that was taking place between the players and the owner, where it was like, you know, can we add another day or can we extend registration or something along those lines? Everybody's like, no, we want the overlay. And he's like, okay, fuck you. I'll never run this event again. That's it.
That's actually quite gangster. Fuck you guys.
And so, as you see, Poker in Paris seems to be on the decline.
So basically, he held the guarantee, but just after that,
they honored it, but then ended it for further.
Partouche no longer partakes in poker.
Correct. That is
very nice.
Very well done. Well done. But I will say, one of the casinos that does still partake and expands also coming to Dubai very soon.
Which one is this?
The Wynn Poker Room.
I've heard.
Wow. Wynn Boston.
Also New York.
Yeah.
From what I hear, New York City's about to get it popping. Yes.
Yeah. I've heard the same.
Is opening a casino in Dubai?
Dubai and
New York.
Manhattan, to be let alone. Like right.
I thought Dubai was, I didn't think you could play.
They're loosening it up.
They're loosening
it up.
Regulations?
I don't think it's going to be inside the city limits.
Okay.
I think they have property like slightly outside the city limits. But yeah, the royal
so it's a city
family
thing,
there.
not a country thing.
No. It's a cultural country thing, but I think Dubai specifically is very westernized.
It is, I think.
And the powers that be, whatever the sheiks, princes, whoever's head of all this,
Dubai, Uzbek,
they're very forward. They're a lot more forward thinking with the cultural stuff. So I think they're welcoming gambling.
Yes, because if I'm not incorrect, if you are not from there, you are allowed to drink. And I feel like
I think that's definitely true.
Yeah, I think that was something that you weren't allowed to drink there for a while.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
I think
I
so.
knew that.
I think so. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure there's some a lot of strict laws about
so if you're a
drinking.
citizen, you can't drink, but if you're a tourist,
I want to say yes.
If you're a tortoise, you definitely drink.
It's something along those lines. You guys can look it up yourself.
Yeah, they may have lightened the law there too, because I don't recall drinking being an issue when I was there. Anyway,
it wouldn't have been.
Whole point is we have the Wynn Las Vegas, and they are currently running. What's this?
You must be at least 21 to drink in Dubai. Location in licensed establishments. Non-Muslim residents need alcohol license to drink. Oh wow!
Wow, an alcohol license.
No driving under the influence, and for some people, no driving in general.
You.
It's legal to sell alcohol, and only authorized businesses can offer deliveries.
All right, back to the Wynn.
The Prime broke a record for day 1D for the largest flight ever.
That's pretty sick. It was like 2054.
It was more
3,794 entries as of the tweet where it was still open. So I'll go now and look and see what the final.
That kind of is odd to me, considering last year had more entries overall.
Right.
Were there more flights?
No,
I don't think so.
It seems like to me.
Everyone just wanted to play on the same day.
Well, the thing is, I think it's the what do you call that?
Bahamas spillover?
No. It's the free roll, but like it's about like paying for travel at like not travel, but like where you're staying. So you
Gotcha,
come in the
yeah.
last day, you come
Right.
in the last flight, you fire the last flight, and then what am I looking for? Expenses. Just like expenses are down. You come in the last day, then you play the free roll.
Yeah. You're minimizing your expenses by doing it that way.
Yeah. Also, I imagine that there's just more people who are willing to fire all the flights too. Like 1,100 year over year just becomes
Less and less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the total number of entries was
By about 8%.
right. Total number of entries for a 1D was 3,866. So what record was this breaking? Just an $1,100 buy-in?
No, a single day
Single day.
buy-ins. Like
Single day entry.
But it has to be for this buy-in level, right?
Yes.
Because there's for sure been more than this in the Colossus.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
I think that's the idea is
For an 1,100.
For an 1,100, maybe for WPT in particular.
Yeah, it actually just
You
might
see-
be the
you see what I'm
prime.
saying?
It
Like-
might just be a prime record.
Well, it's like a WPT. Yeah, just
It
a
was,
WPT
it was an
record.
1,100 for a WPT on a Wednesday. And
I
In
think
that has to
2024.
be at the win.
I think these qualifiers are necessary because like there's for sure been bigger flights for the main event.
Hey, man.
There's for sure been bigger flights for the Colossus.
It's definitely for that buy-in.
That
$1,000
marketing
buy-in.
There's
tweet.
probably
Sick.
There's probably been bigger flight for
I don't think. What was
It was at least the
3,700? I
prime.
don't
the
think so.
Millie Maker or sorry the mystery bounty.
But that was a
Think so.
1K.
Not for one.
It wasn't an 1,100.
That was a
Ah,
1,600,
right.
wasn't it?
No, the
No, the
mystery
Millie
Millie.
Maker.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Millie
It's one
Maker is
K,
a
yeah.
1,600.
Millie Maker's a 1,500.
15.
Whatever.
How much do you guys know about playing tournaments?
Yep.
You could talk to me about
Okay,
that
so
playing.
we're just qualifying this at
This is semantics. at
based
this
off the
point.
rate. Yeah.
I'm saying that their tweet is sick though.
3,800, a lot of people. That's
Yeah,
great.
let's
but-
not step
but
over
like,
that.
Yeah,
Like,
but like it's also probably
Listen,
not
man,
a
a
record.
record was smashed.
It's probably not a smashed record. It's a prime smashed record,
Shout out to the
which
marketing
somehow
team.
did not lead to a bigger prize pool.
I mean,
Strange, very
and
strange.
like getting 3,800 people to put up $1,000 in 1,100. I know. I was waiting for you to correct me.
It was right.
1,100 in one day in a non-WSOP event is a pretty big feat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the prize pool is smaller this year than last year.
and not during the summer either. Like this is
That's we were just talking about this the other day, man. The amount of gamble, and I remember this always being the case, but it's definitely
It's
amped
amping.
up. Well, sort of. I mean, this used to be 5 diamond time.
That's before my time.
Which was no, it's not. 5 diamond was like
I've
4 years ago.
I've never. No, was it?
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
played a
Good
5
5
diamond.
diamond. Good 5
Yeah,
diamond.
it wasn't like it wasn't what it used to be.
I've seen the shitty 5 diamond.
okay.
The good
I
5
mean,
diamond.
Hey, man.
The 5 diamond right after COVID was really
I
fucking
played
good.
a good 5 diamond.
Yeah,
This
it was
was
massive.
you were ahead of me in
I think
time.
5 diamond was always good.
The last year was like down to
No,
4
I mean,
diamonds.
we got it at the same time. I just was.
Brian's right. The final year of 5 diamond was the first year of this, and they'd moved it to October, so it wasn't nearly as big. But that was the only year it was down.
Yeah, we got it at the same time.
Conrad and I started poker at the same time.
Tournaments.
No.
Tournaments.
No, not even
A
close.
year later, yeah.
Well,
It's 100% a year later. I didn't play any tournaments until COVID.
that's probably true. That actually is probably true.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
Anyway.
where was I going with this?
The
I don't-
record was smashed.
A record may have been smashed. I don't know. Anyway, chip counts. Our boy Fausto coming in second in chips today.
Let's go.
Just shy
Let's
of
go.
10 million.
You love to see it.
Kids out here smashing it.
Shout out
Sorry,
to
just shy of
Diane.
9 million.
Blows.
Let's go,
Flo's
Diane.
nose. He's third in chips. Cole Ferrero. There's a lot of big names
Let's
here.
go Cole.
Yes, keep
I
scrolling
recognize the
down.
Diane,
Scroll.
I recognize the Diane Zimmerman name also.
Keep
I'm not
scrolling.
sure.
Who else we got?
Maybe I know her from Twitter.
Yeah, you do.
Dylan Smith. Look at that.
Look
I
at
know
that.
him.
That's bad for you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that
it's
is
not
bad for you.
I mean, he's ahead of me in the Player of the Year race now because he
well,
won.
it's
Yeah, but-
also bad for you that Sirach's up there.
But now you can't catch him.
Because I'm pretty sure Sirach did something this year, too.
He did
Doesn't
not.
matter.
He did
You
in the
just have
main.
to win
He didn't do it
something.
in the WPT.
Oh, yeah.
There are way too many well-known
Very-
names in this top
look at
20
Scott
count.
Stewart. Oh, man, let's go.
Great news is Mike Liang's having a fucking year, by the way.
He got second in
for
the...
you guys who aren't paying attention, he's
very
recently switched from cash to MTTs, and he is having a fucking year.
Have a day.
Big shout out.
That could be you someday, bro.
No, it won't be. I'm telling you, I especially like Mike.
Especially after this week.
Mike
You're never playing tournaments.
You won second place money.
Mike was playing
did.
high stakes. Like he had a hard time getting into games, but like I promise you, it's a demotion to go from playing like 100, 200
It's
as
a demotion.
much as he was to
course.
having to battle out.
Well,
the
hey,
prime.
look, he got demoted, but his bankroll has been promoted.
Probably, yeah, probably true.
I mean, he got second, or he won the 777.
He also
He
got
did.
Because he's a loco.
he also got second in the recent the one circuit, that Salzburg one.
That's
Yeah,
also
LA.
true.
Yeah.
I think he went deep in the Venetian
he's done
during
a lot
their
of
grand
things.
opening, the MSPT. He
Oh,
might have
yeah.
gotten
You're
first
right.
or second
You're
there.
right, he did.
Yeah, he's been smashing.
He's cooking.
Had a hell of a year, kid.
He might just win the prime.
I see you out there. I see you out there working. Shout,
Well,
out,
he might get second. Fausto's there.
shout out to Mike Lang. Shout out to Fausto. He's also having a year.
Look at him go.
4.1 million in earnings. I bet 1.5 of that's this year.
If you scroll down and click
Maybe
stats,
more.
you can find out.
Maybe more.
Click stats. Only 90 cashes too. That's sick. 1.6.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so good.
Good job.
So good. Well, it looks like he had a big year in 2021. So he's had 2 years where he's played tournaments and he's fucking mashed them. Shout out to Mike. Yeah, so good
Come on,
news
Mike.
is a lot of these people who you see in the chip counts also had free roll passes, so they will not be joining you today
Oh wait, is that a thing?
in potentially the softest $5 million prize pool.
Hell yeah, brother.
I
all
wonder
time.
I wonder if they just blind out.
They do.
Yeah, of course. Of course they
They
do.
can
For
run
the
back
free
and forth.
roll, it starts at 10 a.m. and if you're not there, your chips get blinded out.
I wonder if like Fausto texted me at 2:30 this morning, like after bagging and stuff. I wonder if he's up early enough to go play the first, I would imagine, 3 hours of the free roll
Yeah.
before day 3.
I would think so.
3 hours. The day
Day
3
three
starts
probably
at 12.
Okay, so 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'd rather sleep.
Me too.
I think you'd rather sleep, and it's
Yeah.
not close.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so,
sure, the free roll value is probably somewhere between 3K to 3,500 to 4K for
Yeah,
him
but
because it's
You're
not,
under 100 in the prime.
It's,
All right,
and it's
guys,
not
Let's
worth.
concentrate
All right,
here
guys.
on what's important.
Listen,
Yeah.
not everybody sleeps, all right?
You're sick.
We do not recommend doing anything that
So
Conrad does. in his
along
free
these
time.
lines of like what's the best strat here in like, you know, playing a tournament that you don't have time to play basically. Marchie registered for the prime and then was told he had a seat to the cash game. So he plays this game with himself where he's going to go all in dark until he reaches a certain milestone and then he's going to go play the cash game. or sorry, until he reaches a certain milestone. If he reaches the milestone, he's going to skip the cash game to stay in the prime.
Whoa.
So he decides if he gets to 140K, which I think was like 75 blinds, he's then going to try to play the game or play the prime and skip the cash game. And what happened was he actually got up to like 95K.
He's locked in. Look at him.
So he gets up to 95K and then he just keeps jamming dark until he finally busts and comes and plays cash for 90 minutes. Now, it took him an hour to do this.
What a sick spot to be at if you're at the table.
Yeah, of course.
It's bird manning it.
He said people were like raised folding still, which is insane.
Incredible.
They're not,
But
they don't understand the
But
assignment.
here's what he's like super tilted about. He got up to 90K, which was like 50 bigs, and he's like, I just like lost track of time. I didn't realize like how all this plays out. I could have just blinded off, played cash for
Yeah.
2.5
money.
hours, and then went back and played the last 2.5 levels of the prime.
Right.
So he's malding.
Over this, what? Like,
When we finish at 9:30, he's livid that he like lit $1,400 in EV on fire.
Maybe more.
No, not more.
He's good at poker.
Yeah, but like, how much could?
It's an
To
$1,100 buy-in.
Right, but
okay,
what,
come
what,
on, guys. Let's just like
$1,425.
You guys
all
are
right?
arguing over a couple $100.
We're not
Like,
arguing. We're just having a conversation.
I know.
Well, hurry up and
He,
finish your
he has 2 starting stacks with 10,000 people left. What do you think it's worth?
God damn it.
I mean, if he's playing legit, I would buy it at like 1.5.
So $100. A little. Let's. He said 1.4. You said
keep talking
1.5.
about
I think I'm
Let's
winning. I don't think it's
on.
break even. I think I'm
Jesus
winning.
Christ.
I might buy a 2.0. I love
You
Marchie.
win, Landon. Let's move on.
Tell him, man. I appreciated that a lot.
I mean, I had to. It was just.
What
Next
the hell
time,
is going
throw
on?
the tortoise at him.
You were arguing with him because he said 1.4, and you're like, "That's crazy," and then you're like, "It's 1.5."
But it might be
I
more
buy
than
at
that.
2.0.
I might buy.
Can you move the fuck on?
No, I'm here now.
Oh man,
You must have lost your magic game.
how have we made?
I might go back to playing Magic now.
He lost his
I
magic.
didn't. I did lose the other one.
Oh man.
Ay.
So the free roll is on and
On a
popping
downswing.
today. $5 million prize pool. Conrad and Landon are going to be in the mix.
Yo, let's talk about this swag bag they gave.
Do I get a swag bag?
This hat?
I pulled out of the thing and I got the swag.
Yeah, no, you got to pick one thing.
Oh.
This was a different swag bag.
What do I get to pick between?
You get nothing.
Cards, a book bag, and a hat.
Hey,
Do I get to choose or do I?
Get what you
You
deserve,
choose.
which
No.
is nothing.
did someone win the
Not this hat.
Did someone win the McLaren?
3 people have plucked
Three
the
people.
Goldens.
Yeah, one of Ralph Wong's friends actually has one of the 3 tickets.
Sick. Well, there was also one that was a magician
Yeah.
here, and I'm not sure
You
who
get
the
to
third
own a
person is.
magician.
Can someone explain what's happening here? Did someone win or not?
Well,
Not yet.
How
How much is a McLaren worth?
$250.
Yeah, 250.
I want to know about this
275.
magician.
Basically, it comes down in a couple days. They're all going to show up somewhere, and they are going to pick. One person's going to get a deck of cards. I think one person's going to get.
No. They have a 1 in 3 chance of getting the McLaren. The other 2 then have the opportunity to go into a cash booth, and there's 50,000 in cash. So the way it works is the first person to go in gets to take they have 1 minute or whatever,
Yeah.
and the cash blows up, and they get to grab as much as they possibly can.
Uh-huh.
The second person then gets whatever they don't grab.
Dude, just cover yourself in honey. It's a wrap.
That's sorry. He's going naked, covered in honey.
Guapo's thought about this, yeah.
He's not Diddy. He's not covered in baby oil.
That would be the opposite, yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
slipping off of you.
Literally no Diddy.
No Diddy.
I want to hear about this magician. I heard magician.
I don't know, but a magician did pull one of the 3, and I'm sus. I think this motherfucker just had it in his
Sleight
sleeve
of
or something.
hand,
Just
yeah.
oh look,
Look, I did it.
a ticket for a
Oh
McLaren.
my God. Yeah, we got fucked
I
in.
don't know, man. Something felt off,
Something's
but yeah,
wrong.
I
I
plucked
respect the
you-
game.
If one of the 3 of them came up to you and said, "I will sell you this ticket," how much would you buy it for?
them.
33% of what? No, slightly less.
Oh,
yeah.
this is a good-
32%.
this is a good
250
question.
plus the 50 in the booth is 300.
It's
Oh,
It's,
forgot about
I think it's
that.
like
it's like
Grab
it's
a
like
20?
a third of 200K.
Plus the 50 in the booth.
Well, no, the delta is 200K. You the floor is some percentage of 50, and then the ceiling is
250.
250. So actually, it's probably the delta of 25 or 225K.
Yeah.
If I had to.
I'm thinking if
Ballpark
I
it.
won this, if I had this little ticket here, and it's not because I can't drive. Don't worry about that part. But if I got it, I think if someone said hey, I'll sell, or if they had said will you give it to me for 50K? I would say yeah. I think 50K sounds nice because
50 is definitely nice.
Yeah, it's like
That's a good offer.
It's like 100K value.
Right.
well, you either get 250 kind of because you still have to pay taxes on it.
Right.
Sounds
right.
about
Or-
75K.
or
sell the
value,
car.
right?
You get
Still have to pay
half
taxes.
of, or alleged half of the cash boost, so 25K.
There's 300,000 in the prize pool. There's 3 people left. It's roughly 100K.
Yeah,
value.
you're right. Yeah.
But you're right. There's the tax element of it. So it's it's like 300K value, but you're getting plucked for 40%
Didn't
right
they
off the
say
top.
you can either get the car
Or 150.
Or 150. It's a shit cash offer. It's always a shit cash offer.
Well, yeah,
but-
because you have now a gold car.
But no, that's not why. It's because you have to pay tax on the car immediately.
Listen.
Sweepstakes laws apply or whatever. So
How much money you have to pay on?
When you say immediately, what does that mean? They won't give you the car unless you pay the
I
taxes.
think
on it?
so. Yeah.
Shout out to
So
the
if you
3.
just don't have,
That happens all the time. Like Price is Right or whatever. People can't pay the tax on the cars.
Listen, shout out to the 3 people that are vying for the McLaren. I got my boy Nick over at Vegas Auto Mall. Just hit him up. I already spoke
Yeah.
to him. If you pull it, he'll buy it off
seems
you.
like you'd be able to get a loan pretty quickly,
He'll buy it off you immediately.
Yeah, probably.
right?
Well, it depends who you are,
How
but
much
yeah,
money would
Yeah.
you have to pay on this car?
probably like 75 to 80K, maybe a little
was
bit more.
thinking-
You have to pay a third of the cost
I
of
was
the
thinking
car.
less. I was
That's how
thinking,
taxes work, brother.
No,
I thought it'd be like
they're not-
25%.
That's not.
You're not paying sales tax. It's a
Yeah.
prize.
Yeah.
He goes,
I'm thinking.
But-
no, you're right.
but
I was thinking sales
I thought the
tax.
same as you.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, it still could be just be sales tax because I thought the same as you.
Right.
And I was like, well, we're in a no sales tax state, so like, who cares?
There's sales tax. There's a
Wait,
lot of
what?
sales tax in here.
Or sorry, no
income tax.
Yeah, no income.
yeah,
State
tax,
tax.
state tax.
Yeah.
Right.
it'll
We
be
have high. We have
it'll
high
be 10
sales
to
tax.
30% depending on your tax bracket, and this is a very high tax bracket. Because
Right.
the car is very expensive.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it's your
does-
personal
No,
tax
it's
bracket.
how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
money you actually make.
Wait a minute. So if you
Yes.
make like call it $30K a year, but you win this car,
Yes.
You now make 260.
You would have to pay less taxes on it unless you. Capital gains work the same way.
Right. You pay it immediately, and then you get your accountant to try to scrape as much of it back as possible.
Makes sense.
That's the simple long and short of it. But yes, as far as I understand, they have to withhold the tax,
Gotcha.
oh,
which is
so again, $50,000 seems like a good idea.
yeah.
I mean, if you pay the taxes, you probably still get like 200 off. It's
Yeah,
probably, the
if you
car's
win,
worth
yes,
like
Conrad,
250.
if you win it, but like you 2/3 of the time you don't win it.
Yeah.
What
I
an
like 50.
optimist.
I like 50. Listen, I want 50. I'll take 50. 50 was a good offer.
Yeah. So like if you remove the tax from the car, then you're looking at like 225 split 3 ways. So yeah, proper offer is probably like 75K.
Yeah.
I would pay 75K for this.
So it's just an even
You
money.
would legit pay $75K if someone.
You
if
would
the
have to-
if the
you'd have to
magician
pay
came to you.
less.
The magician came to you and said, "Hey, I'll give you this ticket for $75K." You'd say, "Yeah."
Why would you do that? Because you're literally paying money to have a pain in the ass thing to do, just for even money.
It's
Like,
funny.
you'd have to get some kind of deal on it. for
You
it to be
pay
worth it for
75,
you,
you
right?
pay another 50 in taxes, and then you'd have a 125K McLaren.
Would you keep the McLaren? Would you sell it? If you keep it, then it
Depends how this week goes.
It's been a great week. What do you mean?
If you're gonna keep it, but like if you're gonna sell it, now you're just buying a ticket at even money to like have an errand to do.
the real question is, if you won this car, are you keeping the wrap on the car?
For a while, and then you do something else with it. You know, you got this nice fancy car.
Matte Black.
Yeah, matte black would be
It's
sick.
fucking
McLarens
sexy.
are so fucking nice, man. The
Apparently they
entourage.
break down a lot.
All right,
Yeah,
100,000.
of course they do. Like foreign cars are the fucking nut low, man. My car's been in the shop for 40 days.
It's insane.
Because they have to replace one tiny little part that they had to order from goddamn Italy.
One tiny part.
Put a
Your
meatball in there.
Wait,
Jesus
hold on.
Christ.
I
Didn't
could have
your
talked to
whole-
my people and got it
Mamma mia, that's a
expedited
spicy
Time out.
meatball.
He said one tiny part. I'm pretty sure the whole bottom of his car is broken.
It's like
What happened to your car?
I
They said it was a tire that popped.
No, it's
that also happened, but that was fixed, obviously. It was like storming and there was debris in the road.
Storm.
And it was I was going down Rainbow, which is a 4-lane highway for anybody who's unfamiliar. I was in the 3rd lane to the right, and I was gonna turn at the next light, so I was switching over to the 4th lane as a car was switching out of the 4th lane, and then I found out why.
Oh, no. Yeah.
down, bud.
You had,
It was like- it was
zero
like
time to
clunky.
react.
Zero.
It was just right
I
there.
was like
Yeah.
right on it. There was just like
and
a
this,
giant fucking.
this
Ah,
ruined
that's
your
unlucky.
car, the bottom
It
of
didn't
the car.
ruin anything. It's still drivable. It's just it put a crack in the manifold, which
Means what?
It means it sent him in the muck.
it's just a part that needed to be replaced. It's the exhaust manifold, but it had to be ordered from Italy. So we're
I
waiting.
love cars. I know all about
the annoying
cars.
thing is that the annoying thing is that because it went through insurance, the car just has to sit at the fucking garage until the work is done. As opposed to me just like, having it and driving it for the 45 days until they call me and say, hey, parts in, drop your car off. We'll get it back to you in 30 hours.
Hey, look
That
at the
would
bright
make
side. You have an
way more
electric
sense.
golf cart out there.
It's not electric and it's not a golf cart.
It's definitely a golf cart.
What does it mean,
Go-kart.
a go?
Go-kart.
Why
Go-kart.
would- what? It's a BMW, isn't
It
it?
drives like a
Yeah.
go-kart.
What does that
It
mean?
does-
It drives like a
It just doesn't
straight
have any
go-kart.
power? Is that what?
I'm pretty sure it's a 4-cylinder.
Oh.
But like,
It's like a souped up Nova.
yeah, the
hatchback.
pickup is quick.
My Civic has a 4-cylinder, but it's a turbo.
Okay, don't kid yourself.
Toyotas go fast.
I just don't understand the car. I'm in the muck on the cars, dude. Why do you
Well,
guys?
we're super in the muck because we still gotta get the Weekend Warrior, and you guys are out here fucking talking about all kinds of
Holy
weird
shit, it's time. It's time, Guapo. Guapo. It's time. Hey, Guapo.
Keep saying that for a little
Guapo.
bit.
Guapo. It's time.
We're gonna speedrun WW. Is now.
All right, guys. We're off and popping. Throw up the leaderboard real quick. Let's take a look at what's going on. I didn't have a pick. You guys went through last week. I have Aston Genti plus 18 billion coming up this week to win the Heisman. It's gonna happen. But looks like Platt has 3K, Berkey 2K, me. I have 2K right now. I'm betting big. Let's see. Hanks, Hunt, and Landon and Tortoise always on the bottom.
We got it.
The only thing you got is a
Start
fucking
time.
punishment coming your way.
That's
Burke,
true. You better shift your strategy, son.
What's popping with you this week, Burke?
We're having fun.
All right, what are you doing?
We're having a good time. Steelers play the Eagles. They're about to go on the toughest 3-game stretch in NFL scheduled history.
Okay.
Nice little 32
Eagles-
banger.
3 games in 11 days.
It's
So
true.
you're playing the Eagles, Giants, and Jets?
3 games in 10 days. They have the Eagles away, Baltimore away, and Kansas City at home. That is a total of 34 wins
That is a lot of weight.
between the 3 teams.
That is pretty tough.
Over 10 days.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
We're gonna
But
win
the
all 3.
Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl.
I truly don't think any team that plays this 3-game stretch can win the Super Bowl, but we pray. In Russ we trust. So we're having a little fun this week. You know, are the Steelers going to win? Probably not. Am I going to bet them to win? You're goddamn right.
All right.
I got the Steelers on the money line. I got a 2-point conversion successfully executed.
Yeah,
that touch brotherly shove, bro.
Yeah, because
Brotherly
they're going to
shove.
need a 2-point conversion. Go on.
Of course, because the Steelers are going to win.
All right, go on.
And then Pat Freiermuth.
The move is going to get loose.
He's going to find the end zone.
You know he got one last week, right?
I know.
You
I
think he's
fucking
gonna-
switched off
Oh
of Mike
my
Williams
God.
to Freiermuth.
Bad idea.
The trend is your friend, but
Bad
you're
idea.
right. Tell him.
Labanis, talk to me. What are you working with?
Well, you know, I went with the safest 5X that I could find. Take these off because I can't see. So we're sticking with the the Steeler game because that's the only thing I care about this weekend, even though it's fantasy football playoffs. That's all right. We got Jalen Hurts for a touchdown pass. Seems pretty good. We also have Russ throwing a touchdown pass. I think there's going to be some throwing. And we got, what do we have? We have
Jalen Warren higher.
Jalen Warren higher than 25 receiving yards and Najee higher than 50 rushing yards.
All right,
that seems
That seems doable.
that seems very doable for plus 500.
Fun stat to pull out from this game. The last time Saquon Barkley played the Steelers,
Yep.
Ben Roethlisberger had more rushing yards than he did.
Hey,
He's also a fucking giant, so rip your tickets in half because it's over.
That's why I faded him.
Landon, what
That's
are
why
you
I
working
faded
with?
him.
I have gone with the Guapo strategy now that I am down bad waiting for these guys and their 5Xs to fry.
Down bad, crying
I'm
at the
here to
gym.
win $4 on the Ravens.
Let's go.
If Danny DeVito beats me, it's over.
All right.
Give me my $5.
Guapo,
Yes, sir.
I heard you going with my strategy.
I'm going with the poker playing MMA fighter. Colby Covington, I think, is pretty undervalued here, getting plus 210. $50.
I can't wait to win the bonus.
You love to see. Throw Jeff Platt up there.
Yeah, you're going to MC this
What
one.
BS bowl game he got this time?
Let's see what bullshit he's got up there. He's going with the Bengals at the Titans -5. All right. In
comes
Tennessee's
Sharp Jeff.
been 336 -112. Interesting. And then we have,
That's Hanks.
Hanks is going with the Eagles. -5.
What an
550 to win 500. Hanks is back at 1,000. Hanks, you know,
got a good
he's
line.
Cooking. He's
The line moved
doing it.
to 5.5.
How dare he?
It might move to 6
Wow.
once they officially announce Pickens out.
What's British friend across the pond doing?
I'll let you guess.
All right. Well, he has a soccer over under.
Something on the Wolves. probably.
We are taking Moneyline Chelsea, Moneyline Liverpool, and Moneyline Arsenal.
I respect that Hunt is in no way, shape, or form trying to win this.
He's just trying not to get the punishment.
Yet he's just going to beat me.
Well, yeah, he's trying not to lose. At least he has a strategy. Like, he's not trying to win it, but he's clearly trying to not lose.
I'm just throwing shit at the wall, man.
I'll tell you who's trying to win it. I am taking GW -11.5 today. They're playing at home against Army. Army sucks, and GW, they be cooking. So,
George Washington was the
wow,
president.
you're just
Put some respect
firing.
on the academy, man. Damn.
I'm betting 1,500 because it's easy money. And like,
you are firing.
the thing is, after this weekend Warriors over. Aston Genty, Heisman, that's 6,500 in the bankroll. That's another 3K, 4K in the bankroll, whatever the fuck.
I will
it
say
is.
I don't think we thought this through well enough of what happens when Conrad's long shot comes through. At some point, he's gonna fucking get one.
He already had one.
I mean, he had
He had
one.
a couple.
I mean, guys,
That is true. That is true.
I'm
He already
built-
hit one and he spent it all.
You guys are bugging. I'm built for 2 or 3. Yeah, I'm
He's
telling
like,
you that
he's
right
like,
now. I'm
oh,
built for 2 or 3.
He's like, oh, it's over if I win these 2. Meanwhile, like if he does,
Like
he's
he
gonna
just-
bet 8,000 on some random like
well,
fucking
no, because now
basketball
we're at a
game.
point that I don't have to.
We're only week 14, brother. We've got 10 weeks of this left.
Right. Like I said, I'm at a point.
That's why I need
Barely
my
at the halfway
$5. I'm
point.
going on the Guapo strat.
I don't know what you're doing, but that's fine. We'll check in on Monday.
Look, man, I'm not here to win. I hope you all lose.
I've never rooted for the fucking Giants more than I
also
this
am
weekend.
here. I'm also here just trying to have a good time. You know, I'm just a fun guy.
Just
chilling.
a chill guy.
That's right. Just
Just a
hanging
chill
out.
guy in the muck.
We are in the muck. Let's get it. We have another fan submission. This one comes from a man who only goes by the name Rey Mysterio. He's out in the 50 cent a dollar streets, I believe.
Yeah, not much has changed. This guy just-
WSOP.
guy
Very
just can't- he
handsome
just-
individual.
Yeah, he can't,
That's what they call him, Guapo, right?
yeah,
That's right.
he can't seem to
Manuel
move up in stakes. All right, boys.
Gonzalez.
Playing 50 cent a dollar. For those of you listening, we have the Ace of Hearts, 10 of Clubs. Three-handed, we open the button to 2.7. Oh, sorry. Go here. We get 3-bet from the small blind. We put in a low frequency 4. Go to 23. We get a call. Flop is 7 of hearts, 7 of spades, queen of diamonds. Our opponent is going to check to us. We go small, which is a third size. Yeah, 15 into 47. We get a call. And we get the 7 of diamonds on the turn. My Tarzan brain kicks in.
Oh
we have range advantage. We put money in.
We did something.
And we put all of it in. And our opponent calls us with a full house. So he didn't feel like folding a full house. Go figure. Have at it, boys.
Well, pre seems fine. Flop seems big.
So I went 30. It probably should have been 20, 25%.
Oh, you went 30%?
Yeah. I went
Oh, sorry. I thought you went half. Okay, yeah, no, 30% is fine. Turn is error.
RFC.
Warning. What are we
Warning.
doing? I feel like this is a common leak for cash players when SPR gets at or around 1, where all in seems to be the only bet on the table.
You wouldn't shove aces, would you?
Negative.
So then you shouldn't shove this hand.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a
Positive.
That's a fair argument.
Is that a good?
I think that's a pretty easy milestone to lean on here.
Yeah.
Of like, what would I do with my best value?
Right.
And if it's not all in, kind of chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you have like a
Good
pretty
sentiment.
clear check back.
I'm checking.
We're not
this
really
shit
getting
here.
value from better
I don't mind betting.
or from worse rather.
I don't mind. It's not about getting value. I think you can bet the turn sometimes.
Do you think you get better to fold? I guess you bet
Yeah.
better ace highs
Ace jack suited.
that didn't fold flop. So
So you
you have,
probably don't fold the flop depending with the
you
backdoor,
get
maybe.
you get exactly ace jack of spades to fold.
Well, it's not like necessarily about like the better more so, but when it comes to the frequency at which you have this hand, it's very low.
Right.
So it's not going to be the worst idea, I don't think.
I think if we didn't have the ace of hearts, your idea is more valid.
Because there's more ace.
You
jacks.
probably bet more if it's like ace of clubs 10.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it might not be that sensitive.
You get like eights and
Kinda has
nines
to
to
be.
fold.
I don't think so,
That's
man.
what I was thinking about. And I was
Well,
just
you
like,
don't.
I think maybe small pairs
they,
fold
they
here
might
sometimes.
like eights.
How many? He doesn't have that many small pairs though, right? Because
No.
he's just not
he
three
should be-
betting them.
He should absolutely be 3-betting like 6s plus versus
He should be.
a button.
Some, not
Six,
pure.
yeah. He never has fives through deuces. Shouldn't.
No
Well,
fives.
I don't know about never, but
Well-
I think 6s plus are definitely in range.
Fives through deuces should be never. Sixes through
No
nines.
frequency.
Well, it mixes. It depends.
Right.
But like sixes will be like maybe 15% of the time.
Okay.
And then it'll escalate as you go up. And yeah, like hands like tens and jacks shouldn't be there very often because they don't call the 4-bet that often. They mostly jam. So like yeah, there's this concentration around sixes, eights, and nines, but like can't pure fold them on the turn. You can't come anywhere close to pure folding that particular hand class because it makes up a big chunk of your range. Like you don't have enough queen X or traps to support folding all of those hands. And you have plenty of unmade hands that are going to have to fold. If I have to guess the way that this looks on the turn, you only get the small bet. And that probably creates a point of indifference for a lot of the ace high hands, and then like king jack suited floats that have made it this far. And I would guess like 6s, 8s, and 9s are much, much less indifferent, or they're indifferent between jam and call.
I think they're going to be like equally indifferent. Like, so you don't always call with one more than the other.
Yeah,
the value
yes.
is all the same.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just trying to
Protection to
I'm just trying to compartmentalize whether or not they fold. And I would guess not much. If we play jams, then I imagine like those ace high and king high hands are heavy folds with a small amount of calling depending on their unblocking properties. And then the pocket pair region that you're targeting will fold some, but is going to be a big part of the calling off range because, you know, full house. Zebo's principle.
Yeah. I want to look at the machine, tell him that it's not a good idea to jam.
Oh, yeah, we need to look at the machine, which means I need to...
pull up the machine. Wake the machine up, Berk.
Yes.
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 Lando,
Wake
if you
it
had
up.
to guess, how much EV am I losing her versus not taking this line?
That's a good thing to look at, actually.
I mean, it's probably a decent amount in relation to pot share. I would say, just because it's not congruent with value.
Are you asking in terms of your... No. Let me qualify. Are you asking in terms of the line or in terms of with his hand?
This specific hand on the turn.
You're losing money for sure shoving.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the difference between shoving and then placing a small bet.
I would imagine it's the difference between like breaking even and losing like 10% pot share, if I had to guess.
And that's pretty significant, right?
I think that's pretty significant.
Well, on a 4-bet pot, the SPR is low.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot
It's
of big
easier
blinds.
to make bigger percentage pot share mistakes.
Right.
The
line itself, as far as like how much EV are you losing playing jam instead of small bet, probably a lot less.
I would make out of position range check. I don't think people lead the queen high boards enough, even though they're supposed to.
That's fair. Okay,
Queen
so
high really good for the caller. You have ace queen off. You don't want to jam. You have suited queen X.
so I'm assuming your size is probably pretty good because it looks like it's going to be 3E. So yeah, 28% is going to be 3E in this spot. Ace 10 off. We're in there.
I would guess he's range betting.
Yeah, probably.
Guapo, are you range
Can
betting?
we not talk about me like I'm not in the room?
Well, what do you mean? Are you range betting or not?
Look, I'm just playing my hand. So
So are you range betting or not?
yes, I'm range betting.
Okay, then we can move the thing from checks and range. This isn't me being mean. This isn't me being mean. It's not a mean question to ask you.
This isn't like bringing up Guapo fucking being a gutless scumbag limping kings.
He's just doing what Ivy does.
That is true.
Yeah.
The problem is once you make them range bet, then like
They play range.
they just play jam.
They play raise. They don't jam.
Well, whatever. They play click. Yeah. But they never call.
They do not.
And the other issue with that is like this isn't what Guapo's range looks like. He doesn't have fives. He's not gonna have
5-4 suited.
you know like all these low frequency things. He's just not gonna have them. It's better to just like allow the theoretical strategy to be in there.
You might not play that many calls out of position here as well, just because of the way that the board is.
Yeah, maybe not.
You might start playing more though because his range is polar.
Yeah, of course.
Polar.
Okay, so that region is in there. Some of it's check raising. So 9s and 8s are going to exit at a pretty reasonable frequency. You can see 6s start to fold immediately. So that target's gone on the turn. And then obviously quad 7s is going to be the pure call. Jacks and 10s, they're playing like bluff catchy / trap. The queen X is mixing depending upon the kicker. The weaker ones, specifically the weaker ones that block the hands they're trying to get value from, like jacks and 10s, play a lot more call, where like king, queen, ace, queen, the ones that block the better hands, are going to be playing a lot more raise. So when we continue through with a call, and the turn is the jack of clubs.
Turn was the 7 of diamonds, puppy.
Or that's what I meant. 7 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, same thing. Oh, I guess it brought a flush draw.
It did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then that's
Definitely worth something.
worth something. He'll probably play leads again at some frequency. Yeah, we'll take that away. And then, yeah, you're still in that 3E bet sizing with quarter pot. You can see it plays no jams, even though I allowed it to play jam. We can add jam, see what happens. And I imagine it's still probably never chosen. Landon was right. Ace 10 does follow through here.
Hey.
Okay, so, well, don't get so excited. Just jams kings, man.
Hey.
Sorry, I saw red.
Jams good hands.
It jams literally value. And then 2 overs.
Yeah, like even ace king is shoving for value here, I would imagine. Or like, you know,
Pseudo
value.
Mixo Maximo.
When it gets called, it has all the outs.
Yeah.
So yeah, your general strategy here is like you're following through for quarter pot with the majority of your range. You're not really checking much except your stone give ups, like 10-8 is a pure check if you even ever have it. The hands basically that are playing check, I would wager that you have very, very rarely outside of king jack, ace jack. These are the two that I think you probably have some frequency. So when we look at the ace 10 combo, to give you an idea as far as how this hand plays, should it play jam, you can see that. Let's change this to pot share. EV plus pot. There we go. Okay, so checking makes you 13% pot share. Betting quarter makes you 13%. Jamming makes you around 11%. So you're losing about 2% pot share in this particular instance. Converting that back to EV, it's like 2 big blinds.
So not a travesty?
Yeah, 2% pot share is not the worst.
I mean, it's not a travesty in the sense of you're not losing much with your hand, but it's a travesty in the way that you're constructing your range.
It might. So like, let's look at the.
Like you're not jamming value here, so
Right.
you only have bluffs, which means you're actually getting torched.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, so let's look at what happens when we change the overall strategy. So the overall EV here is 56.3. This isn't going to go down much when we take away the quarter pot. God damn it. Fat fingers. Let me back. No. Why would you do this?
Did you just do that?
I don't even know what I clicked.
Oh my god, we're so in the muck.
Switch this. I don't want to switch the solution library. Leave me alone. Oh, I see what I did. I went to reports. Okay. How did we end up here? Call, 7 of diamonds, yada, yada, yada. Take that lead away. So much configuring. And add all in. Okay. So yeah, you'll see that the EV here is like 56.3, right? So when we take away the small bet size, that's not going to drop much of the overall strategy. It might drop to like 55.8, something like that. 55.6. Man, I'm really getting good at this. But what you'll see now is ace 10 just doesn't bet, right? So your exact combo actually does jam or does play bets a little bit more aggressively, which I'm a little bit surprised by considering the ace of hearts seems relevant here. But in any event, you're still kind of like seeing that the overall strategy here is just like losing some amount of EV whenever you do start to play jam, both at the global level and at the local level of ace 10. It gets significantly worse if you start to lock your strategy to not have enough value to support.
Yeah.
So
that was the big takeaway for me. What Landon said is that I'm doing this with a lot of bluffs.
When you jam, you have no value,
and not with value.
right.
Like obviously, when I just flop a boat here, I'm not going to go nuts.
Right. So if I just take away full houses from your shove range, now all of a sudden you can't bet.
Yeah.
Right. So that just kind of makes this a pretty big torch. If we unlock this and then just see like what the opponent's response is, because I think he ended up calling with jacks. Was that right?
Yeah, he called with jacks.
We can see like what the hands that you were targeting are supposed to do here. To kind of get a wrap on this.
So none of his pairs are folding, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
what
so
happened?
tens
I
and
unlocked
jacks.
There's no way he can fold any pair.
Yeah.
You have to lock a pseudo scam jam range of no actual good hand.
How do I unlock what I've done?
That
Oh, I'll just go back and do it again. Do this.
Also, you're to blame for this, Matt, as well.
To blame for what? The jam?
Yeah.
Why?
I was watching your stream while I was playing.
I do like to be all in Guapo. I'm not gonna lie. Like if jam is available, I certainly like to use it. I like to use it whenever it's like really egregious. You know, like when you could just be 5x pot jamming. All right, let's oh god damn it. Too fast. This is what happens when you try to do things too quickly. All right. All in is on the table. Let's see what his response is supposed to be, and then we can put a bow on this. So yeah, like ironically, you put pressure on hands that I don't think you would expect to. So like because nines is the hand that he has the least, he calls it the most. So it's nearly pure. Also, I imagine it has a lot to do with like unblocking properties, like your bluff jamming just contain a jack or a 10 more often.
I mean, again, this is just wrong though.
As far as like the call off?
As far as the button range, like the pairs aren't different because Guapo's jamming kings, but he's not jamming kings. So you can't even give a fake response.
We're not asking what happens in real world. I'm saying if he were to jam, like if the out of position player doesn't know what he's jamming. So if he faces jam, what should he call? He doesn't know that he's only jamming bluffs. If he knew he's only jamming bluffs, he should call everything that beats bluffs. Right? That's not the way you analyze sims. Like, yes, you're right. Guapo's only bluffing.
I just mean like...
But, like, he can't know that. So how is he supposed to come up with a call response?
Know that, then...
Right.
But I feel like we're giving lack of credit to opponent for seeing a line that looks like it makes no sense.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, sure. If he had
I think
showed
it's cool
up with,
to see this though. Let's imagine that.
If he had showed up with ace jack there,
that.
yeah, then I would agree with you. But the better point is like the idea that Guapo had of like I want to make these middling pairs indifferent, and it's like you do to some degree. So you know, kind of like what we said, the ace high, king highs are where the pure folds start to come from, and then this grouping, kind of as I speculated, calls some of the time, but not always. And jacks and tens are basically 0 EV on the dot, so like they're stone flipping. You can see a little bit of solver noise here for nines and eights, where they're making a little bit of money, suit dependent. So like eights with a spade or a diamond, it looks like. No, just the top three combos are all pure calling. Same thing with nines. Only nines with the spade diamond combo are folding. And then, you know, tens and jacks are just like a pure mix throughout. So I imagine this coordinates with what you would theoretically be bluff shoving. Sixes ends up being a pure fold. So like you do, you know, kind of get that right. But sixes almost, this hand probably just like actually never exists based off of.
Because
just,
once I 4-bet, they're just exiting.
No.
No.
Doesn't 3-bet that often.
It doesn't 3-bet that often. They're supposed to find some flop check raises with it. Like it needs protection. That's a pretty good board for sixes. You don't have it beat that often unless you have the overpair type of stuff. So like most of these hands just like exit a lot earlier. And that's why I kind of speculated that these hands have to do a lot of defending because they don't have that much better to cover. Especially if he doesn't have enough of this. If he doesn't have enough of the queen jack, queen 10 suited, so like if he's not 3-betting those at a high enough frequency, then he doesn't have enough queen X to support. So now jacks has to like pure call. It's just the next tier down, you know? Give him the X. Reject me, daddy.
Reject me, daddy.
I tried, boys. I tried.
We appreciate aggressive mistakes are good mistakes.
I was gonna say if you're gonna make a mistake, at least it's an aggressive one for sure.
Well, I think the big takeaway is just the sentence of what does my value do?
Yeah.
And follow that.
That was the big takeaway for me. That was good.
Just start with that, and then when you're bluffing, just pretend you have the value hand. Like you have ace 10 off here, and you have aces. Like, okay, I'd like to bet small.
Yeah.
You have ace 10 off, you just don't have aces.
Yeah.
But it looks like you do.
Matchy.
Just literally just match it, and you don't have to worry about down bad lines. But I love you.
Thanks, buddy.
I love you.
I mean, to be fair, like, you know, he had jacks, so it's kind of whatever. But if he has nines, he's probably not like calling. I think the opposite happens of what you're speculating. I think he faces jam there with nines and just says like, man, this is just so underbluffed.
But underbluffed how? Like if this is like,
well, it's hard to find the bluffs.
If small blind is a reg that like looks at strategy, it's pretty apparent that jam is not conducive to the strategy.
Not from a I mean, it
But
depends
if he thinks Guapo is
Yeah, it
playing
depends-
for fun,
it depends how he feels about Guapo.
is Guapo,
Like, I think it's pretty easy
Is Guapo
for-
a whale or not?
I think it's pretty easy to see a recreational jamming kings there.
Is Guapo a whale or not?
Well, that's up to whoever was in the small blind to decide.
Guapo likes to limp kings. He doesn't raise them.
That's true.
Listen, I don't
That's
think I've ever limped kings online. I think that might be a thing.
Maybe you should
Only
start.
against
I might
other
need,
whales.
I might need to start though.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
time to
Unless
start
it's the Matt Berkey
working
app
in the
game.
limp range,
Yeah.
man. I think it's time.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about the constructive criticism of like, if you do this, what's the response? It feels like it's like missing the point to me.
That's because you missed the whole point. The point was Guapo was targeting a specific range of hands, and if we can look and see what those hands are supposed to do in theory and see that they still don't fold, then that idea is no longer a good idea.
Well, they do fold sometimes.
Not enough to justify making a blunder,
It is a blunder.
right? Like, if they pure fold, then sure. If Guapo's idea was, I want to make ace-jack fold, and then we look and ace-jack pure folds, it's like, okay, we validated something, but like, is that
Some
enough?
people just want to feel validated.
Right, but is that enough?
It's like therapy.
Sure.
This is therapy, Guapo.
I appreciate it.
Do you feel better?
I feel like I'm leaning back right now in that big old chair, and I've got two therapists, and they're both negging me into making better choices in
I'm
life.
not negging you. I love you.
Listen, this is how I learn. All right, I don't learn by the everything's gonna be okay. No, I need to get
That's kind of why I was like,
You don't get coddled, you get a spanking.
Yes, I prefer the spanking.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he
Spank me,
does.
daddy.
Yes, spank me, daddy.
And on that note, enjoy your Prime weekend, everybody. Good luck in the free rolls
Get
to
it.
anybody who's
Go
out there.
Fausto.
Main event starts this weekend.
Hey,
We'll be
man,
back Monday.
you want one person to win the free roll.
We'll be
That's
back
me.
Monday. Hopefully Landon does something.
You get more than I do if I win.
Peace.
Great.
Have a good weekend, guys. Peace.
500K is a lot.